power outage. Complete and utter blackout power outage. A lot of lost time on the stream there. That sucked. But we will pause that. Get back into Mass Effect at least for a little bit. Totally disappointed. Waiting for it to boot up. A minute. Oh yeah, we're there, chat. We're there. All right. Let's see where it left us off at. And I gotta wait for the house to recool down and everything. Man, this is a nightmare. Oh, man. F6 too late? A little bit. Well, it looks like we didn't lose too much. We were walking up this hill, last I remember. And that's when I was like, oh, you know what? Like, the puppy, I need to go, like, check on him. Then I paused. And it was when I was out there playing with the puppy that, like, everything just went to shit. Alright. Oh, no, we had gotten past this a little bit. I'm remembering this now.
Worthless. Too late. Now you're dead. One more. Yeah.
Not a problem.
Oh.
I'm a real man. Cover.
Moving out of line of fire. Just looking to help.
Headshot.
Woo! Interested in the next 4 matches of the World Cup? What are they?
Get ready to fight. Should burn nicely. Next.
Uruguay versus France, Brazil versus Belgium, Russia versus Croatia, the Dane Killer, and Sweden versus England. Ah! The Vikings hitting Lindisfarne. Well, since my bet was really for all Scandinavian countries.
Too late. Now you're dead.
Going to explode. All enemies accounted for.
Grab that iridium.
Not difficult.
Not difficult. All right.
Avoid direct fire.
So if the plan's been affected. With the co-op stuff, I just need to find out what Rebel Red wants to play. I want to put in at least another hour of this. We probably would have been off of this and switched if it hadn't been for the power outage. But I wanted to get at least Grunt and Garrus's missions done. Liver manifold. Find someone at the Urdnot camp who can use a combustion manifold. A combustion manifold, man. Red locking full mine. I let bit.
Repurposed Krogan Hospital. Sturdy, built to withstand punishment. That body, human. Need to take a look. Sores, tumors, ligatures showing restraint at wrists and ankles, track marks for repeated injection sites. Test subject, victim of experimentation.
I don't suppose there's a way to tell who this poor bastard was?
No tattoos or ID. Maybe slave or prisoner, maybe merc or pirate. Irrelevant now. Clearly part of Krogan tests to cure genophage. Humans useful as test subjects, genetically diverse, enables exploration of treatment modalities.
Experimenting on humans? That kind of crap is what makes Cerberus start to seem like a good idea.
Never used humans myself. Disgusting, unethical, sloppy. Used by brute force researchers, not thinkers. No place in proper science. Krogan use of humans, unsurprising.
I imagine you had to do some live subject testing while developing the new genophage.
No, unnecessary. Limited tests to simulations, corpses, clone tissue samples. High-level tests on Varen. No tests on species with members capable of calculus. Simple rule, never broke it.
No tests on species with members capable of calculus. Simple rule, never broke it. That is some next tier shit. That's next tier right there. If you can do calculus, you don't need to be tortured.
Wouldn't something native to Tuchanka work better? Varen, maybe?
Yes, human experiments strictly high-level, concept testing. Native Tuchanka fauna likely used later in development stages. Wise to delay use of Varen until necessary. Powerful bite.
What can you tell about their experiments from looking at the body?
Position of tumors suggests deliberate mutation of adrenal, pineal glands, modifying hormone levels, counterattack on glands hit by genophage. Clever.
Do you think they're close to curing the genophage?
Can't say. Need more data. Conceptually sound, though. Genophage alters hormone levels, could repair damage with hormonal counterattack.
What can you tell about their experiments from looking at the body?
Position of tumors suggests deliberate mutation of adrenal, pineal glands, modifying hormone levels, counterattack on glands hit by genophage. Clever.
How are humans more genetically diverse?
More variable. Peaks and valleys, mutations, adaptations, far beyond other life. Makes humans useful test subjects. Larger reactions to smaller stimuli.
I know we can look much different from each other, but Asari have a wide range of skin tones.
No, ignore superficial appearance, down to genetic code. Biotic abilities, intelligence levels. Can look at random Asari, Krogan, make reasonable guess. Humans, too variable to judge. Outliers in all species, of course. Geniuses, idiots. But human probability curve offers greater overall variety.
Now we've got 2 reasons to shut this place down.
Focus on Malin. Too late to help the dead.
Alright, there it is, chat. Human experimentation. Trying to cure the genophage. We already dealt with somebody trying to cure the genophage once. I'm okay with it, by the way, Morden. I hope you understand that. I'm gonna cure the genophage. I'm gonna overrun the entire Milky Way galaxy with so many Krogan. And I will be their Krogan overlord. And Rex will be at my hand. And we will rule the galaxy as Krogan and Shepard. Sorry.
I am the speaker for Clan Werelock, Offworlders. You have shed our blood. By rights, you should be dead already. But Werlock Gold, the Chief of Chiefs, has ordered that you be given leave to flee and spread the message of our coming.
Krogan don't generally let people go. What does Clan Werlock have planned?
If you walk away now, you can tell your children that you saw Clan Werlock before our blood pact conquered the stars. You think the Erd not impressive? They are pitiful! Werlock Gold will destroy them! The Solarian will cure the Genophage, and Clan Werlock will spread across the galaxy in a sea of blood!
Appears they discovered Malin's work. Unfortunate.
Wait a minute, his plan is my plan with Erdnot. We're stealing the Genophage cure.
It doesn't have to happen like this. I can understand wanting to cure the Genophage.
No, human, you understand nothing! You have not seen the piles of children that never lived. The Krogan were wronged. We will make it right, and then we will have our revenge!
Half the galaxy sees the Krogan as victims. If you start a war, you'll lose their support.
We have the Blood Pack, and we have the Solarian. When our clan numbers in the millions, we will not need support. When we cure the Genophage, Werlock Gold will rule all Krogan. The Krogan rebellions will become the Krogan Empire. The surviving races will frighten their children with tales of what the Blood Pact did to the Turians. The Asari will scream as their citadel plunges into the sun. We will keep Solarians as slaves and eat their eggs as a delicacy. If you lack the wisdom to flee, then you will be the first of billions to be crushed beneath our might. For Werlock Gold, attack!
We've been spotted.
We've been spotted? Shepard. No.
Shields, they are nothing.
Without their shields, they are nothing. You know what? That's it. I'm done.
Hold fire!
What? What? What about me not having shields? What? What? Well, that quieted things down real quick. No ammo down here. I guess we'll go upstairs. Now, Grunt, that's how you fight Krogan. You nuke them from orbit. Shepard not the smartest, at least he's good with a trigger. I don't know. Smart. Our Shepard's alright. He's smart enough.
Lab's likely through there. Can smell antiseptic. Hint of dead flesh.
Just get us there. Yeah.
Just get us there. Alright, we got some circuit boards over there. 3,000 credits. Refined iridium.
Active console may contain useful data. One moment. Genetic sequences. Hormone mutagens still steady. Protein chains, live tissue, clone tissue. Very thorough. Standard treatment vectors. Avoiding scorched earth immunosuppressants to alter hormone levels. Good. Hate to see that.
Most people wouldn't be so casual about developing a sterility plague, Mordin.
Not developing, modifying, much more difficult, working within confines of existing genophage, 100 times the complexity. Errors unacceptable, could cause total sterility, malignant tumors, could even reduce effectiveness, worse than doing nothing. Had to keep Krogan population stable, 1 in 1,000, perfect target, optimal growth. Like gardening.
Pretty it up however you like. You're talking about murdering millions.
No, murdered no one. Altered fertility, prevented fetal development of nervous system. Have killed many, Shepard. Many methods. Gunfire, knives, drugs, tech attacks. Once with farming equipment, but not with medicine.
Once with farming equipment. I need to hear that story.
What was it like working on the genophage modification project?
Best years of my life. Wake up with ideas, talk over breakfast, experiments all morning. Statistical analysis in afternoon, run new simulations during dinner, set data runs to cook overnight. Laughter, ego, argument, passion, galaxy's biggest problem, massive resources thrown at us. Got anything we wanted.
Do you keep in touch with your old team members?
No. All changed with deployment. Made test drop on isolated Krogan clan, hit rest of Tuchanka when results were positive. End of project. Separate ways. Watching it end, watching birth rates drop. Personal. Private. Not appropriate for team.
How can you agree with using the genophage, Mordin? Look at what happened to Tuchanka as a result.
State of Tuchanka not due to genophage. Nuclear winter caused by Krogan before Salarians made first contact. Krogan choices. Refuse truce during Krogan rebellions. Expand after Rachni wars. Splinter after genophage. Genophage medical, not nuclear. No craters from virus. Damage caused by Krogan, not Salarians, not me.
The effects on Tuchanka are still your responsibility. You upgraded the virus that kept them in barbarism.
Krogan committed war crimes. Refused to negotiate. Turian defeat not complete. Krogan could have recovered, attacked again. Conventional war too risky. Krogan forces too strong. Genophage was only option. Krogan forced genophage. Us or them. No apologies for winning. Wouldn't have minded peaceful solution.
We're not gonna find Malin staring at consoles. Come on.
I don't know, man. I kind of subscribe to that Darwin theory a little bit. If you guys can't beat the Krogans, no matter what you did, you deserve to get your ass beat by them. I don't know, at the same time, though, intelligence is what separates us from animals, so you used your intelligence to defeat the Krogan. I don't know. What I do know is I think Krogans are badass and I want them to have a cure. They're gonna get it, goddammit. I ain't gonna leave my battle turtles out there all alone amongst the stars.
This should come in handy.
Krogan vitality!
Dead Krogan, female. Tumors indicate experimentation. No restraint marks. Volunteer. Sterile Werelock female willing to risk procedures. Hoped for cure. Pointless. Pointless waste of life.
I didn't expect you to be disturbed by the sight of a dead Krogan.
What? Why? Because of genophage work? Irrelevant. No. Causative. Never experimented on live Krogan. Never killed with medicine. Her death not my work. Only reaction to it. Goal was to stabilize population. Never wanted this. Can see it logically. But still unnecessary. Foolish. Waste of life. Hate to see it.
I didn't think you'd had much direct contact with things like this. Did you come to Tuchanka after dropping your plague?
Yearly recon missions. Water, tissue samples. Ensure no mistakes. Superiors offered to carry it on. Refused. Need to see it in person. Need to look. Need to see. Accepted as necessary. See small picture. Remind myself why I run a clinic on Omega. Rest, young mother. Find your gods. Find someplace better.
I didn't expect spirituality from you, Mordin.
Genophage modification project altered millions of lives, then saw results. Ego, humility, juxtaposition, frailty of life, size of universe. Explored religions after work completed. Different races. No answers. Many questions.
Sounds like you were trying to deal with your guilty conscience. The doctor killed millions.
Modified genophage project great in scope. Scientifically brilliant. But ethically difficult. Krogan reaction visceral, tragic. Not guilty, but responsible. Trained as doctor, genophage affects fertility, doesn't kill. Still, caused this. Hard to see big picture behind pile of corpses.
Can you really just rationalize it all away? How do you justify it?
Wheel of life. Popular Solarian concept. Similar to human Hinduism in focus on reincarnation. Appealing to see life as endless. Fix mistakes in next life. Learn, adapt, improve. Refuse to believe life ends here. Too wasteful. Have more to offer. Mistakes to fix. Cannot end here. could do so much more.
If you need this much soul searching to get over it, maybe the Genophage was wrong.
Had to be done. Bracknai wars, Krogan rebellions, all pointed to Krogan aggression. So many simulations, effects of Krogan population increase, all pointed to war, extinction, genophage or genocide. Save Galaxy from Krogan. Save Krogan from Galaxy.
You could have cured the Genophage instead. Brought hope to the Krogan. They'd have rejoiced.
Assumes human reaction. Krogan stimulus response different. Harsh environment. Take chance to fight. Flee. Would have caused chaos in Tuchanka. Victor would have war economy. Bloodthirsty army. Galactic expansion only logical outcome. More war. Genophage saved lives. War would have ended.
Look at the dead woman, Mordin. It doesn't look like you saved her.
No, it doesn't. Worked with available data. Only option. No other possible. Doesn't matter.
You killed the Bloodpack guards.
Not Bloodpack, not member of Clan Werlock. Wrong clan markings.
I'm an Urdnot scout. Werlock guards got me. Brought me here.
The Chief Scout told us to watch for you. We've taken out the guards. Get back to Urdnot.
I can't. The Werlock did things to me. Drugs. Injections. Said I was sacrificing for the good of all Krogan. Experiments to cure the Genophage. Everything's blurry. Hard to think. Have to stay.
Mordin, can you get him back on his feet? Stims, maybe? Something to bolster his immune system?
You don't understand. I'm not too sick to leave. I have to stay. They're curing the Genophage. They're gonna make it all better. They have to keep doing the tests.
Caution, Shepard. Patient unstable, susceptible, brainwashed.
Why do you want them to keep doing the tests?
This is my fault. I got caught. Wasn't strong enough. Not good enough. This is the best I can do. This is all I can do. I'm not big enough to have a real shot with the females. I'll never have kids of my own. But if I help undo the Genophage, then I mattered.
Millions of children will be born. Werlock children. They're going to destroy the other clans.
But... no. No, they said I was helping Urdnot.
If you want to help Urdnot, you need to get back there. But it would take a real badass to make it back to camp while injured.
I can do it.
You? I said a badass, not some scout whining like a Quarian with a tummy ache.
I can do it. I'm up. And I'm going to the female camp.
Damn right you are. Get back there and show them what you're worth. Go. Go!
Nicely done. Fortunately, subject is unlikely to be contagious. Neutralized all hostiles.
And I'm going to the female camp. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get out of here. And I'm gonna get some pussy. That is a perfect translation of what just transpired there. That is no less and no more than what happened just now.
Shepard, I'm detecting crates ahead that are holding unstable materials. A misplaced shot could cause a significant explosion.
Or a well-placed shot. Explosives useful. Burn through Krogan armor.
Just kidding. Whoa!
Clean hit.
I am Krogan!
Whoa!
Wish I were standing downwind.
Keep our eye out for ammo. Don't need the med station yet.
Feel the blood rage.
Woo! Bum bum damp deep 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 deep. Kicking ass onto Chunka. Boogie. Nothing in here? Shit.
Incoming.
Ah!
Too late! Now you're dead! Watch it!
Oh, fuck.
Pistol's not gonna help. Can't hide from me. I am Krogan!
Tell him, Grunt. Been saying that a lot ever since we got done with your right. Whoa! Oh my god. That's the guy with the thing and the stuff. Arkaboom! You guys got any ammo? You got any more of that ammunition? Really go for some ammo if you had any. Locked crate. Bump, dump, dip, dip. Oh, just 3,000 credits? Come on, there's gonna be something more in here. Nothing? It's your fault, Morden. Boom, 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 boom. Ammo? Righteous. Oh. Research terminal. Available for hacking. Chunk of blue at the top. And white. There it is. Beep, beep, beep.
This looks interesting.
Ooh. Don't mind if I doodle.
alive, unharmed. No signs of restraint, no evidence of torture. Don't understand.
For such a smart man, Professor, you always had trouble seeing evidence that disagreed with your preconceptions. How long will it take you to admit that I'm here because I wish to be here?
He wasn't kidnapped. He came here voluntarily to cure the genophage.
Impossible. Whole team agreed. Project necessary.
How was I supposed to disagree with the great Dr. Solus? I was your student! I looked up to you!
Experiments performed here. Live subjects, prisoners, torture and executions. You're doing?
We've already got the blood of millions on our hands, Doctor. If it takes a bit more to put things right, I can deal with that.
You honestly think the experiments you did here are justified?
We committed cultural genocide. Nothing I do will ever be justified. The experiments are monstrous because I was taught to be a monster.
Mordin, did you ever perform experiments like this?
No. Never taught you this, Malin.
So your hands are clean. What does it matter if the ground is stained with the blood of millions? You taught me that the end justified the means. I will undo what we did, Professor. The only way I know how.
What happens if the genophage is cured and the Krogan expand again? That'll be on your head.
We justified this atrocity by saying the Krogan would cause havoc and war if their population recovered. But look at the galaxy. Batarian attacks in the Traverse, Geth attacks in the Citadel. Is this a more peaceful universe? The assault on your Eden Prime might never have happened if we had let the Krogan recover. We'll never know.
How would a Krogan population explosion have done anything to stop Saren and the Geth?
An increased Krogan population would have forced the Council to take steps, likely involving colony rights in the Traverse. The Turian fleets would be vigilant for any military activity in the area. They might have stopped the Geth at Eden Prime.
Supposition. Impossible to be certain.
Don't you see? We tried to play God and we failed. We only made things worse, and I'm going to fix it.
You talked about killing, but the genophage isn't lethal. It only affects fertility rates.
Krogan fight over fertile females. They become mercenaries or pirates because they see no alternative. They would be thriving in a cultural renaissance now had we not decided that this is what they deserved.
Inaccurate. Krogan population resulted in war. Simulations were clear.
So what I don't like so far is, like, at this point, you've been taking the stance that Mordin did the wrong thing by fixing the genophage because it kills a lot of people. Like, by taking the Paragon choices thus far, you've kind of been on the stance of, like, the genophage is murder, and Mordin this whole time has been like, it's not murder, and you've been like, it is, though, in a way. Like, sure, you're not killing them, but you're causing murder, blah, 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 blah. Like, we've had this stance, this entire mission, and then this one line of dialogue here all of a sudden makes it seem like Shepard's changed his stance out of nowhere just because he's in a conversation with a different person, which is really odd. And also, you had no idea that he was going to say that based on genophage lethality being the abbreviated, like, dialogue option. So this is what a lot of people had a lot of problems with Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 1. It doesn't really get fixed until Mass Effect 3, where it gets a little bit better. And that is that you're role-playing this character that says specific things and feels specific ways. And the text doesn't belay exactly what you're trying to say. So you end up clicking on genophage lethality, thinking you're asking a question or something like that. Like, when I first read it, I thought, like, what success have you had with removing the lethality of the genophage? And he goes off on a moral high road that we've been fighting against this entire time. So that was a little bit of people's complaints, but story's still fantastic regardless of that fact.
Why work with Clan Weyrloc? And how did you access the genophage data?
The data was easy to obtain. We all still had clearance. We were heroes. All I had to do was ask. As for the Weyrloc, they were the only clan with both the resources and the commitment.
Urdnot has a larger camp than Weyrloc. Why not use them?
Urdnot Rex is too soft. He wasn't willing to do the experiments I needed. It's Urdnot's loss and Weyrloc's gain. Their clan will be the first to recover from the crime we committed.
Malin clearly doesn't need rescuing. What do you want to do?
Have to end this.
You can't face the truth, can you? Can't admit that your brilliant mind led you to commit an atrocity!
Unacceptable experiments. Unacceptable goals. Won't change. No choice. have to kill you.
Wait, you don't need to do this, Morton. You're not a murderer.
No, not a murderer. Thank you, Shepard. Finished, Malin. Get out. No Weirlock left. Project over.
What if he talks to more Krogan? Tells the public about the modified Genophage project?
Special Tasks Group good at covering tracks. No proof. Weirlock willingness to work with Salarian, unusual. Other Krogan will kill him.
Aren't you worried that he'll start his research again?
No, locking this unit. Special Task Group can cut access to old data. Could start from scratch. Decades of work, though. Didn't teach you everything I knew.
You heard the professor. Get out before he changes his mind.
Where am I supposed to go, Professor?
Don't care. Try Omega. Can always use another clinic.
The Krogan didn't deserve what we did to them, Professor. The Genophage needs to end.
Not like this. Apologies, Commander. Misunderstood mission parameters. No kidnapping. My mistake. Thank you.
Don't worry about me, Morton. How are you doing?
Should have killed him. Wanted to. Easier than listening. Easier for him, too. Experiments indicate how far he's fallen. Expected it from Krogan. Not one of mine.
Maybe you'll remember that the next time you're discussing the ethics of the Genophage.
Yes. So many variables. Stress responses. Impossible to truly predict. Something to think about. Malin's research. Only loose end. Could destroy it. Closure. Security. Still valuable, though.
Oh, his research was sick. So this is like a huge... So this is actually a very debated topic in the real world. And I think it's a good time for us to stop and talk about it. You guys already know the stance of Zigguroy Shepard. There's no two ways about it. He's fixing the Genophage. Why is the German Twitch account liking my tweet? Weird. I'm trying to find what it is. And it's a real world thing. And I forgot what the trial was. Oh, a little set of military tribunal trials from World War II. I don't know if you guys ever heard it. It was called the Nuremberg Trials. So this is actually based, not completely based off, but it causes me to remember back to school and classes and studies of the Nuremberg Trials, where pretty much the people that came together at the Nuremberg Trials, what would turn into the European Union or the United Nations, the UN, the Allies, all that stuff, they came together because what had happened was in World War II, Nazis did a lot of disgusting, some Nazis, not all of them, it wasn't all the German people, it was some specific doctors. Those doctors were held directly responsible. It wasn't the whole people. So let me not generalize. But some doctors, and a lot of people know the most famous name is Mengele. These doctors went and did tons of unethical research about human anatomy and diseases and the effects of diseases on people and how to cure those things. And the reality is you can advance medical technology and understanding so quickly if you're willing to use unethical means and expose people to diseases and secure lab environments and replicate certain circumstances and then attempt to try and cure it. You do kill a lot of people in the process. It's insanely fucked up. Of course, nobody should ever sit down and decide, we're going to do this. This is how we're going to cure cancers, by torturing tons and tons and tons of people. Even if they volunteer for it, we're going to do it. So nobody should ever sit down and do it. But what they were faced with at the Nuremberg trials is the fact that despite people feeling that we shouldn't do it, somebody did. And so it came down to hundreds of people, or maybe thousands or tens of thousands, we don't know. I don't know off the top of my head, I'm sure there's a number out there, died for this research that these Nazi doctors developed. And the reality is there's a lot of really helpful research in here that could save a lot of lives. But people died to gain that information. So the huge ethics of using medical information gained through torturous experiments was brought into question. And there was two schools of thought: is you don't use the medical research because it was gotten improperly. It was gotten through wrong means, unethical means. And if we use it, while we, the people that would utilize this medical information, would never do those kinds of things, it sets the precedent that if somebody was to sacrifice their good standing in the world or their life to be able to get a whole bunch of research done really, really quick, that their research will still be used. So it's kind of that idea of like, don't glorify the people who do like public shootings, because then you're keeping the idea that it's okay to do it by acknowledging it. So the idea was that giving a cold shoulder or ignoring this data teaches people to not do it. And then on the other side was all these people who regrettably died in these experiments. We can't speak on behalf of what their wants and needs were, but they can assume that they don't want their lives to have ended for no good reason, and that those people might want to help save people's lives. But at the same time, we don't know if that's true of what those people would have thought had they not died. Some of those people might have thought, no, fuck that. I do not want this disgusting mad scientist of a doctor getting any kind of fame for his cures because of my death. So it was this real, like, there was a lot of debate. As far as the real world goes, the way that the Nuremberg trials ended is they decided to not utilize a lot of that data. Destroying the research doesn't bring back anyone, though. I agree with that. It doesn't bring anyone back, but it's more about the people who work in the medical industry and the code of ethics that they stand up to. I don't know. It's hard to compare it to anything. But this is a video game and not nearly as heavy of a situation as that. So we're going to try and keep that research because Krogans are badass. And I don't understand this whole, like, my big thing with the genophage is it's 1 in 1,000 are a legitimate birth. Why don't they just, like, just tune it a little bit, right? Make it 1 in 700 or 1 in 500, right? Like, the Krogan will double their birth rate and stuff like that, but you're not completely ruining them into nothingness. I don't understand why this entire series of this game, there's one of two options. Either the Krogans go crazy having thousands and thousands of babies a day, or they slowly dwindle into nothingness. But regardless, Shepard loves Rex and Grunt, and we're going to say it might be worth keeping.
If you think it could be useful, why not hang on to it?
Worked for years to create modified genophage. Should destroy this. Valen's work could cure genophage. Don't know. Effects on Krogan. Effects on Galaxy. Too many variables. Too many variables.
You should help the Krogan.
You regret what the Krogan have become. You see the horror of what they did here, but you see the loss, too.
Wasted potential.
They don't deserve this, Mordin. Save the data.
Point taken, Shepard. Capturing data. Wiping local copy. Still years away from cure, but closer than starting from scratch. Done. Ready to go. Ready to be off to Tuchanka. Anywhere else. Maybe somewhere sunny.
Let's get out of here.
We're out. We're out. So there we go. We got a big chunk of data that leads us to potentially curing the genophage for the Krogan. Maybe we do that later in Mass Effect 2. Maybe we do it in Mass Effect 3. We'll see. Alright. I want to talk to Rex real quick. See if he has any feelings about me. You know.
And the Solarians, too. Those little bastards think they're so smart. Justified the rat.
Urdnot has increased in strength after the destruction of Clan Werlock. Based on population profiles, Clan Urdnot has adopted surviving members of Clan Werlock, mostly women and children.
Ah, intelligent move. Surprising from Krogan. Glad to see it.
In addition, killing the Thresher Maw has produced several breeding requests for Grunt, and one for Shepard.
Breeding request fulfilled. Line them up!
You just can't help making trouble. No one has killed a Maw since my turn in the right. Next you'll tell me he's a Quint and crap's dark matter. Guess that's what it takes to replace me. You are Urdnot Grunt. Welcome.
Wait a minute. I didn't mean to say that.
Sounds like you've got big changes ahead for the Krogan.
We're making a neutral ground where all clans...
We
It's a new day
already
for the
know
Krogan.
this.
We shall rise again.
I need to go.
Hunt well, Shepard. Shepard, what can I do for you, my
I'm
friend?
leaving. Come with us.
Good to see you, Rex. Sure you can't come with us?
Wish I could, but I need to keep these short-sighted fools in line. Hunt well, Shepard.
Hunt well, Schweppard.
I barely survived the Maw during my reign. Guess that human's got a quad.
Got a quad. Of course, you guys remember exactly what he's talking about. A quad is referencing the fact that Krogans have 4 testicles. Shepard has 6. True? True. One of the things I enjoy so much about the Mass Effect universe is as the legend of Shepard grows more and more, you get this subtle, like, Chuck Norrising of Shepard. People start believing these things about Shepard. And these legends become a little bit more and more out of hand, and it's really cool. It's fun.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Okay. Unread messages. It could have happened to you. Kerpel syndrome. Oh, this is like religious propaganda. I hope that understood the process intel on the Keepers. If I found anything, and this is important, see those scans you took. It turns out Keepers are bioengineered. Based on comparisons to material Saren's flagship Sovereign, they were engineered millions of years ago by the same people who made Sovereign. I don't understand how important this is, but it suggests that the Citadel wasn't really made by the Protheans. It may have been made by something far older with the Keepers as organic guardians. And what's more, based on my genetic readings, they're supposed to react to something. Some signal or something about every 50,000 years. You can measure genetic variances, and it's a bit like comparing rings on a tree to seeing the throughout of years. Whoever did this, last time signal went off, Protheans disappeared. The schedule to go off sometime around now. If any of the old tech still works, they could have some nasty surprises waiting for us. So this goes back to, like, this is a good chunk of story that helps with the overall understanding of the Mass Effect series. Something that happened was that the Reapers go out into deep space and they sleep for 50,000 years and they wait for life to rebuild itself in the galaxy, and then they come and they kill everything. We don't know why. They did it with the Protheans, and then they come back out, and that's what Saren was trying to do. What Saren was trying to do was open up the Citadel to let the Reapers through as a Mass Effect gateway. The reason why Saren had to do it was because for some reason the Keepers didn't. The Keepers are set to automatically take care of the Citadel, which makes them a necessary part of Citadel maintenance. So people, every cycle, everybody leaves the Keepers alone. But the Keepers were actually the ones that are causing the problems. They open up the gateway and let people come through. Something happened in this cycle, though, that changed the Keepers. And so the Keepers did not open that gateway. I'm not 100% sure on what it is that caused the Keepers not to do it, but that's what Saren was done. Saren was reached out to by Sovereign and was told to open the gateway so that all the Reapers could come through. We stopped him from doing it. Friends Commander, and I hate these things, but you need to hear this. As part of Karat, you're his leader, so keep him alive. Here, I have to stay play the role. But our people are dying. Krogan have always valued survival over tradition. We need your vat-grown grunt. Okir was a madman, but he was a madman with a plan, and that is more than what we have on this Balrog. So bring him back from your damn mission. My people need him, and if you all get killed, I'll piss on your graves. Shaman Urdnot. Pleasure to meet you. Shepard Voss Normandy. From Admiral Darozen Voss Mora. Taken through the Alari. Just wanted you to know that I did find a few things from the experiments Rael Zoro was conducting. Had you shared them with me, humanity might have reaped the benefits. Instead, once my own experiments are complete, you and your people will watch from a distance as the Quarian people reclaim not just their homeworld, but the largest synthetic army in the galaxy. Rael Zoro's death will not have been in vain. I will complete what he started, cordially. So this was the one female Quarian that we were talking to that was like, I'm going to mind control the Geth. She found the research. She dug it up. Not great. Not great. Krogan Vitality. All Krogan squad members get plus 50% health. I don't know why it says all Krogan. Like I got options of Krogans. Shotgun extra rounds. Put it in your gun and shoot it at the bad guy. All that research is done. So, journal. Sins of the Father. Okay, so regrettably, due to the power outage, this is going to wrap up this episode of History of Gaming Mass Effect for today. I wanted to get at least 3 missions done. We only got 2 done today because of that, which sucks. So tomorrow, on the next episode of History of Gaming Mass Effect, we're going to definitely do Garrus, Eye for an Eye first, and then we're going to do Samara and Thane, and then we'll come back around to do Miranda and Jax probably on the next day, and then we'll do Lair of the Shadow Broker DLC as far as we possibly can. Go up, check on our fish, make sure Kelly's been feeding them. Those are good fishies. Look at them. Fishies. We're still missing a model. You hear the squeak. You hear it? Perfect. Nailed it. Alright. Go down, stand in front of the galaxy map. And we'll save that game. Perfect. Well, I appreciate those of you that came out for History of Gaming Mass Effect, especially after the power outage. Those of you that are watching this on YouTube in the future, thank you for watching the episode. We'll see you on the next one, where we continue our loyalty missions for the entire crew, particularly Samara and Garrus. We'll make sure that we get done tomorrow, which should be a ton of fun. Yeah, and then we work on getting that Reaper IFF, and then start getting closer to the end of the game, and then we move into Mass Effect 3, which is going to be super exciting. So, again, thank you for watching this episode. Those of you that are here for the stream, sit right there, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with more Ziggurat the Video Game Viking. I'll see you guys very soon.